Welcome back, guys, to another Coach Blaker video. We're going to be doing a live game here, a live game coaching session. If you guys are interested in coaching, coachblaker.com is where you want to go. You guys can get that, checked out and started. So, yeah, this is going to be a live game here. They're going to be playing Rengar, and that's going to be it. So let's get started.
The team doesn't look that good, also. Why we'll just do it.
Wait, your team or their team?
My team.
Oh, you mean the players themselves?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, this account is not that great. It's like 33%, but we'll see.
I wouldn't worry too much about it. As long as you play to the champions, you're good to go. Remember, you're the solo carry. You're that type of champion. So
Okay.
you got this. You got this. Also, I'm gonna start. Oh, I already told you I was gonna start recording. So okay. So we have a Kale. That's gonna be a problem later. And she's into kind of like a free farm lane, which is Ornn. But he has a lot of setup for you. Lucian and Alistair. This is gonna be interesting.
Echo's fun too.
Right.
I don't know if I should go with my alt or should go with the eyeball collection.
If you feel like you get a lot of kills, you can go with the treasure hunter. In my opinion, I don't think you really need the ultimate hunter. If not, you could go with the eyeball collector. It's just really good safety. So, yeah. I think either or are just fine, whatever you're feeling. This is going to be a kind of a rough one because your bot lane doesn't have much setup, and it's Draven, so he has to win. So I'm just kind of curious to see how this game is going to go. What is your thoughts towards this game?
I'm thinking going top, right? Just going towards top.
Well, Ornn necessarily doesn't need a lead, but your Draven does. So like we have to go down. Wow, that's a platinum crest player in bronze. Holy.
Yeah, right. That's new.
Yeah, that's a lot of games to get that. So.
Yeah.
I mean, I respect the grind. Shoot. Maybe they just play a lot of normals. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you kind of have two options here. You go top, you have a lot more setup, and you could put Kale behind. The other thing is like Draven needs to get a lead too. So what you could technically do is you could path up, get a lead off Kale, and then play towards bot once you have that lead. I feel like that's probably the safer option. But you still want to just look for a little bit more ganks every now and then, especially because that's an Alistair. He's going to be going in a lot often, so should be fine.
Oh. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, this is going to be more of like an opportunist game. You can't really force, like I said, with that Draven and Soraka, unfortunately. But as long as they get a lead, it should be good to go. Okay, start having your pots going, because you don't want to be caught out with like no HP. So use your pots while you're clearing. Okay, she's super aggro.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's kind of actually huge. So we might be able to use that to our advantage a little bit later. But realistically, like that type of stuff's not really your fault. Orange shouldn't be dying to a kill level 1. That's just either A, she's better, or B, he just got too cocky.
Yeah. Probably both.
Yeah, true, honestly, or both. Okay, we see Echo there, so he went crab to crab. Press tab, count how many CS he has. He has 24, so that means he skipped something, which is probably his Crux, if he ended top. So he's going to be going from here to then ganking bottom. So you have two options. You either recall or you counter gank. You don't really have much HP, so...
And let's just recall.
Yeah. Keep watching, though. You might be able to do something, but keep pinging him back at the same point. How healthy is that Lucian? Okay, yeah, there's nothing that's going to happen. Good. Perfect. Take a look at top, see if it's gankable. Can you walk through the lane? See kind of is already approach that. Yeah. So look at the wave is getting ready to shove. So you could just walk through his lane and sit in the bush. Oh, never mind. He's like screwing his way up. Never mind. Go ahead and clear. I thought he wasn't gonna continue to shove, considering he's getting beat. But yeah.
Definitely. Not that good.
Sorry, we keep kind of just keeping tabs on it because it is free technically. You just have to keep watching him. See what's going on. All right, peek at mid. What's going on mid? Yep, and this is pretty much just kind of how you play a lot of the times. You just kind of chill out a little bit and you just read the map. Forcing a lot as Rengar is just really, really hard to do, especially if you fail, you just lose your game, and it's not worth that. So.
Okay. Yeah, I usually force a lot of plays, and this is why I screw up most of the time.
Right, and we all been there. It's nothing to really be ashamed about. Everybody goes through it.
Yeah, but the amount of flaming, man.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Your team, yeah.
It's annoying.
It's fine. It doesn't look like there's a play that's going to happen. Just go ahead and clear. Like, the only way Alistair goes in is if they're away from their tower, and they're not right now. Okay, top's fighting. What's going on up there? Okay, he's actually, like, winning.
Okay, nice.
Oh, Echo shows up. Okay. So if Echo always ended top, that means that his Gromp should be coming up soon, right? Just like yours is. So you can use that as an advantage to go get the crab, and then you can go ahead and look to try to invade. See his timers and stuff. Use your pots, make sure you're healthy. Okay, look at that, Lucian. Okay, that's like highly overextended. So you can go ahead and gank bot. A tip that you can do with crab is whichever way you're attacking it from, he's going to run from you. So if you're going to gank bot, get behind it so that it pushes itself to bottom and you don't have a lot of walking to do. You could just ping on my way. Be careful not to get shoved into tower like that. Oh, I don't think you had the flash. That was a good try though. All right, so when you go for ganks like that, you want to try to make sure that the Alistair, like the engaged champions or whatever, just goes on your teammate first, and then you pop out. I know you're on a ward, so you got a little bit anxious, but it's okay to just leave the ward there and ping your team to go. So then, the Alistair tries to all in them. And like I said, just also kind of just think about how the gank will play out. When you walk in, his next bet's going to be pushing you back. So you got to approach differently so that if he pushes you back, it's not going to push you into the tower.
So I should have waited, even if it's worded.
Yeah, your scan area is going to be active for a little bit, so you can kind of use that time and pray that your team goes in during the scan duration.
Okay, obviously, I took everything. Okay.
Take the ward out that you just seen. Yeah. All right, cool. All right, now you can go check his topside camps because he just ended topside, right? And if he ended topside plus took your camps, that means his raptor should be up and his wolf should be up. Oh, you didn't have to go ult to him just to go check his camps because they're there. That way you can get him back because he can't be on both sides of the map at one time, right?
Yeah.
There you go. So it's not the end of the world when you get your counter jungle like that, but you just have to think, like, what exactly did he take from me? And then you take it from him. You can take his raptors and his Krugs too.
Yeah, but I don't know if Kayla's here.
It's alright. She shouldn't be. She shouldn't have seen you.
Yeah, but this guy, what's his name? Top.
Mm-hmm.
Just, oh yeah. There she is.
You're good. Cool. So we see Echo on Raptors. Cool. Okay, we got Nivea rotating. We can't fight this.
Eesh.
That's all right. The only reason why we couldn't fight it was because LeBlanc wasn't here. So, like, if she was here, you could have possibly, looked for a play. But we know Echo was top. We know LeBlanc was still sitting middle, so it was going to be a 3v2.
Yeah, I have to check the map more often.
That's all right. That's all right.
So, for, in that case, should I...
Yeah, go back to your grunt. It should be spawning. Watch out for LeBlanc. What's going on there? Oh, she's just doing nothing. All right.
Oh, they're all here.
Yeah. Be careful. We don't have Ornn. Yeah. Remember, keep paying attention to where they are, because, if they can't help you, they can't help. Okay, so that's free. Ornn might have it, though. Nice. Go clear. Oh, good. After every single play, after every single whatever, you go back to farming like you originally were. You don't look for more. You go right back to doing what you're doing, because those levels are more important. Getting that gold is more important.
Got it.
And also, Draven just got a double kill bottom, so it's huge. This is why we're playing towards bottom, so that way we can protect him. We can make sure that he's still winning and he's not going to die to Echo. Okay, they're on Dragon. That Dragon's super hard to take, though. Okay, he was just clearing a ward. Catch that wave. Catch the wave, yeah. So whenever you see like a wave at the tower like this, or getting shoved in by the enemy jungler, or whatever, go ahead and catch that wave. It's a lot of free experience. Be careful. Hey, you gotta watch out for the Rift Herald charge. It takes everybody by surprise, because it like knocks you to the side, so it's like free CC. So you just have to be careful.
Okay.
But yeah, whenever you see a wave go like that, always snatch it. Always snatch it, because you can get levels. You can get massive off of just waves. That's the thing to think about as a jungler. If you're like, oh, my team's always feeding, dude, that means it's free waves for you, right? So you're still getting gold from it.
no flash.
At least you got him. Okay, that kill is definitely smurfing. Jesus. I also think she's the one taking your camps, not him.
Hmm. Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's definitely her.
Yeah.
That's not like a common thing for, I mean, it is in high elo, but like that's like master, grandmaster type stuff. Not even diamond players do that, so it's not common. You shouldn't be getting your camp stolen over and over, especially by a kill. That's a new one.
Yeah, I think that's a Smurf Q.
Oh, that's why then. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you see funny games on this account, like people really smurfing hard, maybe dueling or something.
Right. Cool. So what level is Echo right now? Level 9.
9.
Okay, so they're probably gonna get like rammed by that Alistair. So you might be able to have a 3v3 and win. So yeah, just sit in that bush. Oh, wait, you didn't have to ult that early. Remember, you want to be like very sneaky. You don't want people to know. You can cancel it just by W. But
Oh, cancel. Oh, I
yeah,
see.
your ultimate just by smacking W. It's okay though. Yeah. So this is the type of play that you would do is you would just kind of sit, wait, see if anything happens. Okay, then I'm good. The only time you ult is if you know for sure you'll get a kill, or if you know for sure a fight's happening. You don't ult like and guess, basically. Right? Like I think 2 of your ults this game were just based off of guessing, of like maybe they're there, but you gotta ult when you know.
Yeah. There is a guy that I watch. I think the car or yeah, the car does it too.
He just ults to like look for people.
Yeah, to look for plays.
Okay, so I can actually explain why he does that. So what he
Yeah.
does is he generally knows which area someone's going to walk from. To get from point A to point B, they have to start walking there, right? So if you
Yeah.
know where their destination is, you can ult mid route and catch them slipping. Your ultimates are just, I'm looking for someone. He already knew where they were. He was just ulting to get to them, basically, to force a play. So that's the difference there. So you have to know before you ult where they're going, and then ult to where their direction is, and then you can get the kill. Oh, they just surrendered instantly.
Yeah, there was a player that was AFKing, I guess.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Oh, that kill was All right, so the reason why I wanted to pull up this game, I know it was a short game, but the reason why I wanted to pull up this game was because Rengar, well, jungle period actually, is about your early game. So no matter how that game planned out, you still have to set yourself up for success, which is not what we did, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and share right now, and we'll talk about it. Because I thought about it, I was like, I just let him play another one. Then I was like, well, no, because they still have the same tendencies. So we wanted to talk about it. Talk about what's going on here. Can you see? You're all good?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so like we said, look, the Ornn to the Kale, he should be okay. His first death, I guess he was just caught by surprise, but after that, you notice he just wasn't dying anymore. He was just sitting in lane. That's how that lane goes. So your efforts was to make sure that Draven got ahead, because if Ornn gets ahead, who cares? If you get ahead, I mean, that's not a bad thing. Don't get me wrong. We want you to be ahead, but if you're ahead and Draven's behind, then like what happens, right? It's gonna be a really, really hard game for you. So we want to make sure that he's okay. We could have pathed up, like I said, and just camped her, but that'd been a lot of forcing plays. And what did we just explain? This is going to be a boring lane, right? So you'd have to force way more often than not. And if Kale's smart, which she actually was this game, she's not going to get ganked by you. Whereas bot lane, it's Lucian and Alistar. They have to fight. They can't just sit there and let Draven free farm and poke them. They have to fight. So playing around this area is the best bet. And honestly, that's what Echo should have been doing too. He was pathing up when he should have been pathing down and playing towards the bot side as well. So you would have been there to counter gank a lot more as well. That's why just kind of thinking about that is huge. And we talked about that before. Remember, just tanks are champions that don't care about having a lead. They just want to get out of laning phase. So there's not really much emphasis on camping those champions because it's just a tank. What is he really going to do for you?
Okay.
All right, so we're going to go ward here. I'd be careful about warding there. You know, try to get Ornn to walk with you or something. I know he was there with you, but try to ping him so he actually physically walks with you so you don't like get killed. All right. So we started clearing. It's fine. You couldn't really kite it back because old boy was like there. So
yeah.
All right. So I would like to see you already starting your potions because you're going to continue to take damage. So as you take damage, you continue to heal yourself up with the potions. It's a habit that you're going to have to get into really, really quickly because you don't want to be caught with your pants down. I see a lot where they'll get invaded. Also, with this here, you could actually let it hit you twice before you W. You got to be real quick. But because the first few attacks are faster than the subsequent attacks, like his first 1, 2, or 3 hits are like really quick. And then after that it's slow. You can actually heal 2 hits instead of 1. So right here, let him hit you. Don't W, he'll hit you 1 more time. And then you W. But
I see.
Yeah, it's just a little small thing, but in an early clear like this, it does help.
Yeah.
So this is fine. Doing your thing. Okay. In an instance like that, just do your Q. Only do your W empowered if you plan on hitting multiple targets, but there's only one thing there. You might as well just Q it. And the same thing kind of goes for here. Do you know how to triple Q? Or, I'm not triple Q, I'm sorry, triple W? With Rengar?
Not sure.
Okay, so you would go ahead and you would start with, I believe it's non-empowered, empowered, non-empowered. I always do it, but I don't know how to explain it sometimes because I don't think about it. It just happens. But you go in, do your combo with your W. Oh no, I got it. I lied. You have your empowered while walking, right? And then once you have your empowered, so let's say you kept your empowered after you hit that wolf right there. And instead of using your Q, you just auto attacked it, and just kept walking it out. Auto attack it. You can kind of get it to like right here.
Yeah, I should have done that actually.
And then you keep the empowered. You hop in, you let him hit you, W. You do your combo from the bush, W, and then empower W again, and that camp is gone in like a second. Something you could do if you obviously get the timing right and everything, but it's again just something that helps you clear a little bit faster. Okay, and for here, you don't have to also be in the bush. A lot of this for his clear is emphasis on kiting because his champion is just really, really freaking hard to clear with you. Like everybody that I coach Rengar on has a hard time because he's just difficult. What you could do is you could just kite it outside the bush, so it's a lot easier. Rengar likes to leap, and when leaping, what happens is the monster, the way the game's kind of like coded, is the monster's able to hit you mid-flight because I think coding-wise, the champion doesn't travel. I think the champion teleports coding-wise. I could be totally wrong on this. But basically what I mean is like you're here, which means he can't hit you. But if you jump, he's able to just swat you in air because you're technically on him. So you'll see what I mean like the next time you do that right there. You see what I mean? He's able to hit you like mid-flight because you technically didn't walk far enough. So in order to get around that, just make sure you're kiting it outside the bush. And then when you need the bush, go back in, hop out, and then just continue to kite it outside the bush. The rule of thumb is you want to hit him 2 times, and you get hit once. Hit him twice, get hit once. That's how it works when you're clearing with any jungler, not just Rengar. But all right, So this is good here too. And now we want to say if we had a healthy clear here, we actually could have responded to this, right? If we were more healthy, we could respond to this, which means that we could have been able to maybe make a play. Like, oh yeah, you know, I'm sitting right here as Rengar, and Echo's fighting my Raka. I like tell her to go, 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 and she kites him to me, and I leap out, and I get a free kill. But because you're not healthy enough for that play, you can't make it. So this is why I wanted to talk more about your early game, because this is what sets you up for success. That's a free kill you kind of just missed out on because you're too low, right? So,
what is it called? The Krugs? What is it called? The last one?
The Krugs, yeah.
Yeah, I always struggle with those guys.
Let's see. There's a way that you can get hit only by one, and you basically circle the big one. So, right here, I don't usually do it unless I have to. When you're this low, I'd probably do it. But yeah, what you would do is you'd pull it out like you're doing. This is fine. Get your little stack. Well, you already have it, but pull it out, and then when you fight it, you stand like away from this one. This one can't hit you if this one's in the way. So if you're always like, if this goes this way, then you start going this way. Make sense?
Yeah.
So you always keep it so that that Krug is always between you.
What if I do the inverse? Like, what if I?
Oh, it's not gonna work. The big one's just gonna go over the little one. Yeah, I think it's intentional. But yeah, you don't get hit by both. You just get hit by one, if that's the case.
Okay, I should be in front of the big one then.
Right. Right. Okay, got it. And the little one can't hit you.
Yeah, I always thought that if I put the small one in front of the big one wouldn't hit.
No, it'll still hit you. I thought that too. When I did, I thought it too. And I was like, wait a second. This thing still smacks me. Yeah, it does. All right. So you recall, this is fine. You know, nothing to worry about. We were just doing our camps, clearing our camps like we should be. Again, you can hold that stack to get to Raptors just to clear faster if you really wanted to. But never use your W on one target. Just queue it every single time. Okay. Again, it's okay to kite these back as well. Kite it around. You don't just sit in the pit like this unless you have triple W, because you're going to take a lot of damage. So kite it around. So you can go into practice tool and just like practice like moving around and auto attacking like all the camps, and it would help a lot because your clear would be a lot more healthier. Let's see, actually. Let me see if I can... I'm not going to use my particular video because my video is not it's not like challenger level, but let me see if we could do Rengar just to see kind of the difference between your clear and his clear. So let's subscribe noob. Actually, I don't think he shows his beginning clear. Oh, this is his commentary, so he will show it. Okay, can you see? Are you good?
Yeah.
All right, so you see how he's not kiting in the bush like you were? See the difference? And it should be 2 autos per 1 auto. Now his backs are a little bit more condensed. I wouldn't really worry about being too the way that he walks. I wouldn't worry too much about that. I guess you could say his is more tight. His movements are more tight. Don't worry about that. Just make sure you're walking around. He's not bothering to circle the Krug. Like I said, I don't really do it too often either. But if you find yourself really low, it is something you want to do. Let's see. So you see he has his ferocity, right? He's going to triple W, or at least he should. So hop in, 1, do your combo. He W'd. He's keeping his third W because he's not full clearing. He's actually going for an invade here. But you can see the difference. Oh, he's going for a gank instead. But you can see the difference of like how he did it, right? He already had that empowered ready to then use on the Raptors. If you could do that every single time, it's huge. So going for a gank is not really something too much to worry about. I can tell you why he went for it though. So this gank is because he's going to be going from top side to bot side anyway, right? So if this gank fails, he doesn't actually lose out on anything, right? So that's something to think about when you're actually like watching people do this. I don't lose anything if you just walk away because I'm going down here to farm my camps anyway. Whereas if he forced to play top, then he has to A, recall, or he has to walk from top all the way to there.
Right.
Or he just goes to invade. I mean, that works too, but that's just, all that's risky. You might as well just do the for sure thing. So, yeah. So he goes for the gank. He looks bot before he clears. And again, this type of stuff is not something that I would suggest you to do because we want to make sure that your early game is flawless. This is a challenger player, and this dude only plays Rengar. So he has a lot of reasons to waste time. It makes more sense to him. And, I mean, he'll probably say he didn't want to flash, but yeah. So he clears his camps here. Look how he uses his, right? He doesn't W the small one. He makes sure he W's all of them, not just one. So he's going back up top. Again, you might think this is forcing plays, but Korea's solo queue is a little bit different. They fight a lot more than NA players do, which is why the farming style is kind of something that we have. If you haven't noticed, generally mid to late game champions are picked more often on our server than they are on like Korea, because we tend to like to just kind of do nothing for a little bit. So like he's not forcing this. This is a play happening. He's just rotating. Big difference, big difference. And that's what I want from you. I want you to do that same thing. I want you to rotate like that. So when we had that play with that echo right there, right, that would have been a rotation, but you were too low to go for it. It would have been the same play that Scrub Noob just made right here. You're basically doing what a challenger player did. Same thing. Right? He's rotating, you're rotating. What's the big difference? None. He just has more HP than you do. So he can participate and you couldn't. So, okay, right here, the wave state, they can see you. No matter what you do, they'll see you walking through here. They can kind of see you walking through here if you like go like this. So you have to hug this wall tightly. Really work on your vision manipulation when you're creeping around the map. The minions will always see you. So go ahead and just do your Krugs and wait for the wave state to change. If it doesn't, then you wrap yourself around. Because let's say Alistar does go in. Right here. What are you going to do? What was your plan? Like if Alistar's like, dude, let's freaking go right now. How are you going to close the gap to get to Alistar?
Yeah, I wasn't going to be able to.
Right. And if he went in and he saw you, he'd just flash out or he'll walk away. Because you have no setup. Soraka can't hold him there.
Yeah.
So again, like that's something to think about. You gotta read the gank before you go for it. You gotta read the play before you go for it. There's no way you're able to get a kill here because there's vision on you. You know, Alistar could just knock you back. That's what you're thinking about. So we just kind of just continue to clear our camps. Now we see that they're really, really overextended, and we can actually go ahead and go for a gank here. I think this is what you do, right? If I remember correctly. Yeah, you go for a gank here. After the crap. Like we were saying, Echo was topside, so his camp should be up. You could have gone for his camps first if you wanted to. If the play is 100%, I can get a kill, I just recommend just going for the gank. But if, in Rengar's case, you could just be safe and go for the camps and then go for the gank. Like if you were playing Udyr, you could probably just run in the lane and pull it off. Rengar's a little bit harder to gank with. So if we would have shoved this, like I said before, if you hit the crab from behind, let's see. All right. So you see how it's running from you. If you stand here, it's going to start running that way, which means that if you're running that way, how long do you know how long, just offhand, how long your passive stays? How many seconds?
10.
So let's see. So, boop. All right, 10 seconds, right? Look how many of those seconds you wasted just to get from there to there. Now you got 2 left. Imagine if you only used 2 seconds to go from here to here. That's 8 seconds you get to play with your passive. You think you probably could have got a kill in this scenario if you had your passive?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. You just walk in. And if he decides to headbutt you, you snare him. And you guys just kill him.
Yeah.
So you had it. Also remember, the way that he's going to play it, he's going to knock you this way. Because that's Alistar. So you got to come from like this direction. And look to land a bola on him first. And then chase him through the bush. Because look, they're already running in your territory. So why do you have to cut him off? Right? So you go at an angle instead of trying to get in front of him. Again, this is something you probably do with Udyr. Udyr does this, where he like walks in front. I probably wouldn't do it just because, like I said, I'm going to get headbutted back. But with Udyr, it's a little bit more acceptable. With Rengar, in this scenario, yeah, you're going to have to take the angle kind of like this. Because if you can hit that bola, as Alistar's going from here to here, or Lucian, and then you just follow up like that, he's going to headbutt you backwards, but then you just jump right back on him. Right? Because you're in the bush already. So. You tried to flash into the bush to flash out. I could tell already what you were trying to do. Right here, we're looking for a play, but like they already know you're there. It's just not going to work. So you decide to leave. Was it Kale taking your camps? It definitely was Kale taking your camps. Oh, no, it was Echo. Echo was taking your camps. All right, so all 3 of his camps was up. Now, I can go a little bit more in depth and say if Echo sees your bot and he was just top, the only play he's going to go for is this one. So then you need to go for his camps. But that's not really something that we need to focus on right now because we could have had a kill there. And I'm pretty sure having your Gromp taken is 1,000 times worse if you get a kill, like for him, right? 300 gold on you and he only got like 89? Dude, that's nothing. I'd take that all day. But you didn't get a kill. So we didn't get it. Right here, we know that Echo's bot side. Remember I told you, it's like, well, if he was already top side for a long time and he took your camps, there's no way he cleared his camps. So you can go check his camps. You can go you can even do the Rift Herald. You got options. You can do whatever you want. You got Rift. Because we just know he's bottom. There's no way he's top right now. Where was he? Yeah, there's no way he was top right now. So this is basically, I call it the ping pong method. The ping pong method means whenever he does something, you got to do something in response. Okay, so if you know he took your camps, you didn't know. But if you did know he took your camps, you would just go take his. That'd be the correct play because you just seen him, but you didn't know. But after you figured out he took your camps, why would Echo continue to stay on the map and clear top side? He wouldn't. He would recall. So you would go ahead and you could take all of his camps. You don't have to just take that. I know you're afraid of Kale, but she shouldn't have been there. And of course, this one was just, you forced it. You weren't paying attention to LeBlanc. I think that was pretty much all about the early game that I wanted to say. I think. Let me see. Yeah, I think that was it. Oh yeah, of course. Like again, just a little mistake. Like these little mistakes, I'm not really tripping too much about because you can fix these like that. It's not a problem. Oh, don't get hit by Rift. Yeah, my bad. Oh, don't engage without my teammate. Yeah, my bad. Like I don't mind too much about that. That's why I don't gloss over, or that's why I gloss over it. I don't really care too much because that's stuff you can figure out on your own. The things that I focus on are the hard things. Like, okay, well, we want to do this camp in this fashion. We want to push this down so that way we can go for a gank. We want to sit there and wait, ping our team to go so that Alistar goes in onto the enemy champion. Like, these are things you can take into your next game and really get a lot out of it. So, I like this. Again, you didn't have to R. You could have just walked. Because maybe you weren't needed. In which case you weren't needed, but like, yeah, we could have saved it. And that was the same for this one. We didn't have to ult. We could have just walked because we knew that he should have been bot side. Do you track the jungler? Do you think about like where's his next move going to be?
Yeah.
Okay, so then yeah, whenever you see him pop out, always try to think about what his next move is going to be. Where is he going to be? What is he going to do? You don't have to think too in depth, but just be like, okay, he was just top and he cleared from bottom to top. Then he's going to have to recall and go back to his bot side because that's just what he does. That was the same concept for you. Oh, Rengar ganked bottom? Well, what is he going to do? He's going to recall and then go back top, which is why he took your camps. So you don't really have to be too ahead of people, but just like one step ahead. Right here, I like it, but I want you to think about why you're using your abilities. And I remember saying that in that video that I made, that I showed you. If we just snare him, he can't get away. You don't have to one-shot him here. You could just snare him, and he's not going to ult backwards. Because now he's able to flash out, and you die for it. So if we had just better ability usage there, it would have been really, really good. So then in a scenario where it's like, my team is doing bad, how would I carry this particular game? Well, you have to get your lead first. Right? So we have to make sure that we're healthy when we're done clearing our first clear. You don't have to be spick and span 100% HP. But you do have to be around like 80% so you can participate in a play. You passed to the right side. You did the right thing, but you were just low. So you couldn't help get yourself a free kill right then and there. That would have then snowballed you. The second time you came back down, You did the right thing. You went for that gank. It was a good gank, but we didn't have our passive up, and we decided to walk in front of Alistair when he knocked us back. Another free kill. So that you'd have been 2-0 in that span of time. You'd have been 2-0 already. You weren't able to get any more kills, I don't think. Oh yeah, this one that was coming up, right? We wouldn't have never dived if we would just walked away. You got the camp. You did what you came for, right? So it's a lot of cleaning up your early game. Mid to late game with Rengar is pretty much the same exact thing. The only difference is you're playing to the dragons and you're playing to the barons. Oh, and let me kind of just go through of what I was talking about with the... maybe Scrub Noob will do it later in this game. Okay, so check this out. So you were saying, well, you see that these players like to ult around and look for just like a random play. Let's use this as an example. So let's just say I see Rek'Sai do this, and like they're going to crab. Would it be okay to ult from where I am right now and kill that Rek'Sai, or you think I should get closer and then ult?
Yeah, you can. I think you can kill it.
Right, you would just ult instantly because you know where he's going, you know where he's going to be. It's a big difference if Rek'Sai does this, walks back, and you ult assuming he's going to be on crab. Do you think he should just got closer? Oh, there's Rek'Sai. I'm going to ult now. Or you think I should just ult and just hope that he's there?
Yeah.
Right, so you see the difference there?
Yeah.
So your thought process is correct, 100%. You do ult to look for plays like that. The downside is, like, we're not thinking about, are they going to be there when I ult? That's the only difference. So again, if you've seen Echo and you ulted right off the bat, that would have been a good ult. I wouldn't have argued with it. But the issue was we didn't know he was there. So like everything you're doing is things that you're supposed to be doing. The issue is you're not thinking about the what ifs, the maybes. Okay, well, I can't go for this fight here because I'm not healthy. Damn, I should have thought about like clearing a little bit more healthier then. Oh, well, I can't get this gank off because damn, I didn't have my passive. I should have thought about that, or I should have walked differently, or I should have told them to go in so Alistair uses abilities on them. You're onto the Echo. Damn, I wish I should have seen if Echo was there. Like nothing you were doing this game was particularly wrong. It just didn't have enough thought put in it to be effective. That's the only difference between like your play and what you see these guys do. Like this right here. He knows where he's going to be. He instantly ults. It's no question. He just knows. Could he have waited? Yeah. But why didn't he just ult from here to here, right? Why didn't he just ult the Rek'Sai from there to there? Why do you think he just didn't press R right now?
Not sure.
Yeah, boom, perfect. He doesn't know. If he knew that Rek'Sai was done, okay, he was done. So yeah, he had no clue. So you got it. You got it. You have to make sure your early game when you're playing Rengar is more spotless than what it is right now. There's too many mistakes that's causing you to die. You're not doing the wrong thing. It's just what you're doing has room for error. And even if it does have error, you'll still go for the play anyway. Right? Well, if you jump on Echo, you know he's going to ult. He has his ult. So what can I do? Do I just not ult or do I try to snare him? I try to snare him so he can't get away. So I definitely think that you should take a lot out of this and know that you are on the right path. You're not doing anything wrong in particular. It's just you have to clean up some of these mistakes. So think about it. Is this 100% play? No. Is this 80% at least? I could probably go for those, right? And then go for it. You gotta be more aware about that, all right?
Okay.
All right, for sure. Of course, if you got any questions, let me know. I'm gonna give you the video so you can see the video and watch it back and see it back in real time. Do you have any questions for me before we go?
What do you think I should be working on? Like what drills or what do you think that I should do in my next games that will...
I think you should focus on minimizing your mistakes. And this is something that you can do if you just watch some replays, especially, well, you don't have any replays because they just patched the game. But if you play some games and maybe like in a couple days, look at the old games, you're probably going to forget what you did and just watch it. And you'll probably be like, why did I even go for that play? What the heck? What was I thinking? And that's a good way you can minimize those mistakes. Um, like I said, a lot of it is just it's not the wrong play. It's just mistakes made within the play, or it was a play that you're supposed to say no to because of the circumstances of the game. You're not actually playing poorly. It's just decision making is like, I'm gonna do it even though I'll die. And it's like, well, that's not we can't do that, right? So I definitely want you to take that away from this session is that you're not playing bad. That's not the issue here. So, when you're trying to improve, it's not that you're playing bad. Trust me. It's that you're having too many mistakes in what you do. So,
Okay.
all right.
Cool.
All right, all right. Like I said, if you got any questions, let me know. Feel free to just hit me up in a DM. Be like, hey, coach, I did this or whatever, and it just didn't work out in my game or something like that. Let me know the spot in the game. I can take a peek at it. If you're like, oh, I cleared and I'm still not healthy, dude, what's going on? It only takes me like 2 or 3 minutes to pull up your game and just be like, oh, yeah, you were messing up right there. All right, so don't hesitate to reach out to me, okay?
Gotcha.
All right, man. Have a good rest of your day or a good rest of your night. And thanks
Yeah.
again for booking.
Thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon.
No problem. Peace out.
All right, peace.
All right, guys, and thank you guys for watching. Again, I don't record all the sessions just because of the simple fact that not everybody wants to be recorded. So you have to remember that. But if you guys are interested in coaching, coachliquid.com, like I said, is where you want to go. And if you guys are on the fence about coaching, try out my free trial, and see if it's something for you. Something that I highly recommend for players that are serious. But remember, be serious. I do have a questionnaire on it, and if you're not serious or I don't get serious answers, or at least I feel is serious, I'm not going to take it. There's limited spots, it's limited availability, so please really be serious about trying to get more coaching sessions from me. Thank you guys for watching. Peace lately. Have a good rest of your day or night, and thank you for approaching this like a coach.